Our top story at 11, some people living in 2 Crystal Lake apartment buildings will have to figure out other sleeping arrangements tonight after the county ordered a mandatory evacuation.
Avery Braxton joins us in the newsroom with tenant frustrations.
After nearly a full week of issues at the apartment, some tenants were emotional to learn where they were asked to leave for their own safety.
Very frustrating.
Cheryl Gibbs is just one of about 70 residents who are being forced to evacuate Crystal Lake apartments after Macon fire and code enforcement officials deemed their building unsafe to live in.
This is actually the first day that I have broke down and cried. I actually broke down and cried when they told me I had to leave.
The mandatory evacuation is aimed at the mid-rise and high-rise apartments at the complex, which have left residents with water damage and without power this week. Macon Fire Chief Marvin Riggins says conditions called for moving residents out.
Getting colder tonight, and with the temperatures falling, they need to be somewhere where they can be warm. And right now, no heat or lighting is in their facility. So we really want to just get them to a safer place.
The county has partnered with the Salvation Army to have accommodations made for those being displaced and assured residents that their belongings would be safe at least for the evening. Juanita Collins is flustered but glad to have somewhere to lay her head.
I knew it was bad, but I had no idea it was this bad. But you know what? Out of all of this, I'm still blessed because I got a place to go tonight.
Bibb County Commissioner Virgil Watkins said they hope the problems can be fixed this weekend, but they're just not sure when residents can return.
Whether or not it gets solved tonight, this weekend, Monday or Tuesday, I do not know. I don't know if they know that, because as they rip away walls and rip away wires, they're finding other situations.
Tenants are being asked to report to the leasing office or to Salvation Army if they need to find housing arrangements. If you want to donate to displaced tenants, you can bring gift cards to the Salvation Army on Broadway. Frank, Lori, it's a nightmare out there.
Thank you, Avery. If you can provide temporary housing, call the Macon Housing Authority at 478-752-5000.
You can also call the Salvation Army. Their number is 478-746-8572.